Hi, welcome to Improving Essay Structure for IELTS Writing. In this section, you will learn how to write a complex sentence using a relative clause. Actually, this is an additional lecture on how to write a complex sentence, but using a different structure. But first, why should I use a different structure to write a complex sentence other than using the subordinating conjunction? Here's the answer. So it's not enough to use subordinating conjunctions to make a complex sentence in your essay. You need to use a variety of mechanics with which you create a complex sentence to achieve band 7. Even if you're aiming for band 8, you need to do so. So at the beginning, let's start by the definition of the relative clause. The relative clause is basically a subordinate clause. But here, we're not using a subordinating conjunction. We're using a relative pronoun like who, whom, what, or that. And we have two kinds of relative clauses: essential relative clause and non-essential relative clause. Now, pause the video and try to match each type of clauses to its definition. Good. Now, check your answer. So, from its name, essential relative clause means that it adds necessary information. For example, the car that I bought, and not any other car. If we take this clause away, it would be the car is large. So, which car? We don't know. But when I say the car that I bought, and not any other car, this means I'm talking about a specific car. And this sentence is a complex sentence, as it has the relative pronoun, subject, and verb, and this is the relative clause, or the subordinate relative clause. The main clause is the car is large. The other type, which is the non-essential relative clause, and from its name, it adds information, but this kind of information can be omitted. For example, the teacher whom I love is very professional. If I take away whom I love, I can say the teacher is very professional. Everybody knows about which teacher I'm talking. So whom I love is non-essential, but still this sentence is a complex sentence. It has a subordinate relative clause using whom I love. Whom is a relative conjunction or a relative pronoun, and I is a subject, love is a verb, and the main clause is the teacher is very professional. Now you can take a look on that summary of relative pronouns. Here is the function, the grammatical function, and here is what refers to. For example, if you want to refer to a person or people, and they are in the position of the subject in the sentence, use who. People, object, whom. People, possessive, whose. Things, subject, which. Things, object, which. Things, possessive, whose or of which. The same with places, time, and explanation. As I told you before, that punctuation is a matter of a great importance in IELTS. So the question now is how to punctuate relative clauses. We have two patterns of punctuation. The first is about the essential relative clause. If I have an essential relative clause in my complex sentence, never use any commas before it. For example, for a bedtime story, Lily likes to hear the one that's about chickens. So that's about chickens here refers to the one, the story, and we didn't use any commas before it. Now, take it away. The sentence won't work. We wanted to buy new candles, which were white. Which were white refers to candles, and it can't be taken away. The fence, which separates the 2 yards, is being repaired. As you see here, we don't use any commas, And the clause refers to the fence. If I take it away, you would ask, which fence? Now you can pause the video to go through the rest of the examples. The other pattern has to do with the non-essential relative clauses. We start with the first part of the independent clause, then put the non-essential relative clause between two commas. Don't forget the full stop by the end. For example, we spoke to the mechanic about another repair job. This is the main clause. We spoke to the mechanic about another repair job. This is the main clause. The relative clause is whose work on our car was excellent. So this clause refers to the mechanic, and if we take it away, it will be okay. We know which mechanic. The horse, which had been grazing not far away, came trotting over to greet Tanya. So this is the non-essential clause, and it refers to the horse. And again, the main clause is the horse came trotting over to greet Tanya. Now you can pause the video, do the same with the rest of the examples. Thank you very much for that. See you in the next lecture.